Today's idea spam is on my word. I had someone flake on me last week. I gave them a job to do, they took the work, and a few days later just never returned to it, stopped responding to my emails, and it's really frustrating. So this just leaves me with a little bit of an idea spam, a little bit of a rant to say that your word is so important. I do not care if I'm hiring you for a job or if I'm working with you. I do not care if you graduated from Harvard or Google. You can be the most charismatic person on the planet. If you give me your word that you're going to do something, if you give me your word that you are going to show up on time, if you give me your word that you are going to take responsibility, take a job and deliver it, and you don't, I can't work with you. It's unworkable. This is not going to work. I'll tell you that right now. So what's the alternative? Does this mean that every single thing that you take on, you need to do? Not exactly. It really just means that I expected that she would send me an email and say, hey, Chris, this is going to be a day or two late. I'll get it to you by Tuesday. Sorry. That gives me the clarity that I know that she's taking responsibility and communicating. When there's no communication, I get worried. I don't know what's going on. Is she going to show up? In this case, she didn't. And it's really frustrating. Working with people sometimes can really suck. It's really hard. And without communication and without having a word and saying, I give you my word, this is going to get done, without taking responsibility, nothing gets done. It makes me just want to be an author. It makes me want to just do these idea spams or just go and crawl into my room and just work by myself. But that's also not the way things get done. We need to work with other people. We need to work through people. And that's how greater things than ourselves can be brought into this world. The author, Neil Gaiman, has a really great take on this, where in a commencement speech, he said, to do good art, you don't need a fancy degree. All you need to do is deliver work on time, do good work, and be enjoyable to work with. Deliver work on time, do good work, and be enjoyable to work with. I'd say those are the main three criteria that I'm looking for when I hire someone. And maybe that should encourage more people who don't necessarily have Harvard degrees or work at Google or have these big accolades on their resume to reach out a little more and to just prove themselves. And in a way, I suppose that's what being an intern or putting in your time that way does, is it gives you a chance to prove yourself. Which just brings me to say that if you do take on work and you don't deliver it and you don't keep your word, it makes it really hard to work with you. Working with people doesn't always have to suck. I really don't mean to come across as being overly complainy, but hopefully this is just some insight into the fact that this actually happens fairly often. And if you're a person who can honor your word, you are going to be leap years ahead of most people out there in the job market. And so take some confidence from that. And if you are the kind of person who shows up late or doesn't deliver on time, maybe take a little nudge that is a very important trait. You know, as a business owner, as someone hiring people, I would love more of that. We use the word integrity sometimes, but that is actually what the word integrity is all about. So, moral of the story, do what you're going to say. If you take on work, complete it on time, and luckily, hopefully, you'll get a great recommendation. And if you deliver work on time and you do good work and you're great to be around, well, maybe we should work together. So reach out and let me know. I'm in New York City. All right, that's the idea spam of the day. Thanks for listening. If there's anything I missed, put it down in the comments. I'm curious what you think about this, and I'm curious what your experiences are. I'd really love to learn because it's something that I feel a little bit out of touch with. It's not a conversation that I get to have all that often with people. So let me know what you think. All right, see ya.